when we ask the question, who am I? We start with that there's not just your physical body. You have 4 bodies. In Kundalini Yoga that I do and teach, they talk about 10 bodies, and I'm not going to go there today. Just start with the 4 that Western society knows about. So we have the physical body, right? We have the mental body, which are your thoughts, of course. We have the emotional body, and I'm going to add emotional/feelings. Emotions and feelings are different, but they're connected, and we'll talk about that in that training when we get there. And then we have the spiritual body, which includes the soul, and much, 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 much more. So today's training is focused on the physical body. But I tell you about these four bodies because what people may or may not know is that the 4 bodies, physical, mental, emotional, feeling, and spiritual, they are not separate bodies. They are they are interconnected. They are interdependent. They are not independent. They work together. So if people ignore the physical body, they don't want to spend time alone, and they're not looking at themselves, so they're ignoring the physical body, or they're ignoring their thoughts, or they're ignoring any of those 4 bodies. Because of the interconnected nature of the bodies, when you ignore one, you ignore all of them at the same time. So that's pretty big, and that has humongous effects in your life. Physical disease in the body mainly begins in the emotional/feeling body when a deeply ingrained belief in the mental body, the thoughts, causes an emotional blockage in that emotional body. And if that blockage is not attended to and just left, stuck blockage, and if it's just left there over time, that blockage then manifests as a disease, a sickness in the physical body. And over time, it scars the soul. Interdependent, those 4 bodies. So by tuning in to one body, you are then having a positive effect on all the bodies, and vice versa. So this is, if you listen to society, the messaging of society, it will disagree with everything that I just said, except for some people, right? There are people and peoples. There are people in society that will agree and talk about this, but the mainstream of society has messaging that asks you to, number one, I'm just a physical body, and number 2, I'm going to ignore this body in terms of really taking care of listening to its wisdom. The only time I don't ignore the body is either to, I have a body that society approves of, or wow, I don't have a body that society approves of. And therefore I'm going to try to ignore that, or I'm going to participate in more self-rejection, self-loathing, and spiral down. Okay? So then there's, we'll get in more into that. So entertain this thought that there is that interdependence of those four bodies, and ignoring one is ignoring all. Now, why is this important to look at? Why is any one of these bodies important to look at? Because they're you. They're who make up you. And you came to this planet, you incarnated on this planet to be fully you. Not a small, fearful version of you, afraid even of your own shadow, afraid even of your own self. That's you believing in a small, easily controlled, easily manipulated you. You did not come to this planet to be that you. Because in truth you are not that you. You came to this planet to be bright as the sun, for you are bright as the sun. So, I want to impress upon you the importance of undoing that messaging of society. I've talked a lot about that in my trainings. I have other videos, can loneliness kill you, brackets, response, solitude can be soulitude, and the fear of how to face the fear of being alone. I've talked about all this. So let's get into getting to know the physical body today. And this is just an introductory talk on this. So the first thing to know about the physical body is that it is innately wise. And many people in society will not even know this, will not even entertain this idea. But the body is extremely wise. And I'm going to quote from an article entitled Illness and Health. The source is Yeshua.net. The speaker is Yeshua. Quote, "The body is an intelligent being, highly responsive to not just the material things like food and liquids you take in, but to the emotions, feelings, and thoughts you have. The body is meant to be a communicator." But if you listen to the messaging of society, you will be ignoring that communication. You will be experiencing a headache, and you will not, which is the body communicating something, and you will not listen to that. You will take an Advil or something to take away the pain. There are a bazillion ways people ignore the wisdom of the body, the wisdom that is being communicated by the body. Physical aches, discomforts, ailments, those are messages to listen to and learn from. And modern medicine, they are encouraging you to ignore the wisdom of the body. Why? Why would modern medicine do that? Because it makes modern medicine a lot of money. It's big business. I don't have to prove that. That is very obvious. If you and I take our health into our own hands, more so, much, much, much more so, by listening to the wisdom of the messaging of the body, then we can create a healthy self. Healthy self. Healthy. Take the word healthy and divide it. Healthy. Heal. Thy. Healthy. Heal thy self. Healthy self. Heal thy self. How do you do that? Connecting to the wisdom of the body. Listen. Second thing to know about the body is that that body of yours is constantly guiding you to the truth. And what I know for sure is that truth always, always, always feels good and strong like bull, as my Baba used to say. Strong like bull in the body. It feels good and strong in the body. Truth feels strong like bull in the body and good. Whereas anything that is not truth, anything that is of the vibration of lies and fear, feels bad and weakens the body. Over time, that which is fear and or weakens the body, over time manifests as illness in the body. Okay? Now, there is an interesting there's some interesting, fascinating science around all of this. So I'm going to, there's a website called Conscious Calibration Research Technique blog. And at the Getting Started tab, this is a quote. Beginning in the 1960s, Dr. George Goodhart developed applied kinesiology, which uses a simple muscle test to determine whether a certain remedy is beneficial for the body or not. If a tested muscle stayed strong, a substance was good for the body, and if it went weak, it was not. And then later in the 80s, Dr. John Diamond continued the work and discovered the different images, that different images, paintings, music, and objects affect the muscle's strength as well. Very interesting. The findings of Diamond showed that everything we interact with either strengthens or weakens our life energy, weakens our body. At the end of the 20th century and until he died in September of 2012, Dr. David Hawkins, who is an MD, PhD, internationally renowned spiritual teacher, psychiatrist, physician, researcher, lecturer, developer, just a no-hoper kind of guy. That's just a joke, of course. Dr. David Hawkins found out that the muscle test really turns out to be a non-local response from the field of consciousness itself. This is where your eyes are glazing over and you're like, what is she talking about? He was able to test people's bodies, muscle testing, to test truth out there, the consciousness, from the consciousness. And the body, because the body never lies. So when he tested certain ideas, words, anything, when he tested those things, he then created a chart of vibration or calibration of consciousness. And he did all of that testing with the physical body. He tested everything whether they were people, animals, buildings, sports, businesses, philosophical concepts, scientific theories, statements, books, and whatnot. And these calibrations were summarized in his, quote, the map of consciousness. And why am I talking about all this? Because it gets back to the wisdom of the body. He was able to tune in to the body's wisdom to measure the strength or lack thereof of the body, to then gain wisdom about all of these things that he tested. Interestingly, by the way, since I am talking about the process of going from self-mystery, the misery of self-mystery, into the mastery of self-mastery, getting to know the self intimately and deeply and establishing a fabulous, amazing, deep, wonderful, grateful relationship with the self. On his map of consciousness, the words self-revealing, on a scale of 0 to 1,000, 1,000 being the highest, self-revealing is rated as 1,000. So, not to say I told you so, but I told you so. Self-mastery is the same. It's a map of consciousness at 1,000. Fear on the map of consciousness, or anxiety, is rated at 100. Loneliness, the fear of being alone, don't want to look at myself, don't want to spend time with myself. 100. Self-revealing, self-mastery, 1,000. Simple math. So, if you are interested in testing truth of the body, there are 2 ways you can do that. If you're by yourself, then you can take your middle finger, put it on top of your thumb, like this, yes, making an O shape, and then you take your index finger, and then you try to pull this apart by testing concepts, right? So when you're keeping this circle strong, and you can just test it. You say something that is true, and my name is Tina, because my name is Tina, my name is Tina, my name is Tina. It's strong. You're testing the body, and then only you can feel this, and then you say a lie to the body. My name is Joe. Right away, you see that? Watch. My name is Tina. My name is Tina. My name is Tina. All right. And my name is Joe. The body never lies. Body says, my name is not Joe. So that's if you're by yourself. And if you're with a friend, you can hold your arm out like this, strong. And the friend is sitting across from you. And the friend will take, so the friend is sitting across from you or standing across from you. And then the friend will try to push down your arm. Like from that angle, of course, because the person's across from you. Will try to push and you're trying to, you can have your hand this way or this way. You're trying to keep your arm straight. And so trying to disallow your friend from pushing your arm down. And again, you're saying, my name is Tina, and the friend can feel how strong you are. And my name is Joe, feeling how weak you are. Test it, just to test the body. The body never lies. And truth always feels good and strong like bull in the body. And anything else doesn't. It weakens the body. That is the innate wisdom of the body. And so I talk about all of this stuff because when the body is not feeling good, when you have a headache, that is the body communicating something that you have, that you can tune into, that you can listen to, that you have a choice to connect with and respond to. But you must undo the messaging of society in order to go in that direction. Society doesn't want you to do that. Okay? But these scientists, these doctors, it's been proven. They have instruments to prove, literally prove, that truth always feels good in the body, and the body never lies. And by the way, that exercise is what I also use to debunk the validity of believing in the subjective perception of loneliness. Watch the video. So, what is the truth that the body is communicating? The body wants to feel good. The body wants to feel strong. The body wants you to feel good and feel strong. Optimal health. So test concepts such as I should feel terrible as I get older. In my case, I believe that I can actually get better as I get older. I know people that are running marathons in their 70s who run them faster than I do at the age of 48. I'm not even able to run a marathon right now because I haven't done the training. But the marathons that I have run, I know a 76-year-old who runs faster than my best time when I was in my 20s. So there's no reason I can get faster. I've watched my aunt get faster as she's gotten older. There's no reason. That's my belief system. Use the body. Test these results. So here are some ways to connect and help the body, to listen to your body and help you, and thus your body, to experience truth, the truth of feeling good, of feeling strong. So working with the body to do that. Now, this is what I do. I talk to my body using high calibrating, high consciousness words. On that map of consciousness, do you think the words "I hate you, body" are going to calibrate at 1000? Of course not. So use high calibration language when it comes to the body. Now, all my life, have, from when I was maybe 2, had a fear of gaining weight. And I had this fear, I think, because when I was around the age of 2 or before the age of 2, maybe a year and a half, I apparently used to get up in the morning and eat whatever I could find that was yummy. A whole bag of cookies, a whole pie. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that today. I don't even know how a 1.5-year-old or 2-year-old can fit a whole bag of cookies or a whole pie. But anyways, I was able to do that somehow. So then my mother stopped that process. She put me on a diet. I'm not going to tell you how she put me on a diet, but let's just say that the diet was really effective. I mean, it's not good that I was eating a whole pie and a whole bag of cookies. So it was needed. So, but it may be that from that really influential age, having that happen to me or going through that process, it may be that I then created a fear around it because it's it's been very in my life. And so, to be honest, there has never in all my life been a time where I looked at my body, my physical body, and said, "You're awesome. I love the way I look." And so that's an emotional thing. And that is something that I, literally for the last 2 months especially, have been addressing. Because for the last 2 months, I have been working on really moving in all ways in my life, including this way in terms of my body, moving from a place of fear to a place of love. Moving from a place of disempowerment to a place of in-power-ment. So for the last 2 months, I have been looking at my body and looking at the fat. There's fat on my belly and inner thighs and a little bit around my waist, right? And that never used to be there before, and I was engaged in a lot of eating, to create that process, and I'm a foodie and I like food and all kinds of things. But I have been what I have been engaged in the process is going, okay, this is my body now, and this body is what I am housed in at this moment, and this body serves me so infinitely well in so many ways. And I have spent most of my life rejecting it in some way. And I look at pictures of myself from before and I think, oh my, what was I thinking? That's the body that I want today, So even when I had the body that I'm working on, toning up and things like this in the present, but even when I had that body before, I didn't see it, I rejected it. So what I've been involved with in the last couple of months is undoing all of that literal crap. And that crap comes from listening to the messaging of society. And perhaps from the story that I created when I was around the age of 1.5, 2, of, ooh, you're getting fat, little Tina. We need to put you on a diet. Maybe. I've carried that with me. And so it is time to let that go, because that is very disempowering. Because I'm all about in-power-ment, taking my power back and walking my talk and talking my walk, and assisting others to do the same. So I have been, for the last several months, I wake up in the morning and I say, and I literally hold my belly, which is the main area I always focus on all my life, and I hold my belly and I say to my body and to my belly, I love you. Thank you for being my body. Thank you for your service. Thank you, my body. And then I hug myself. And I also do that at night. And I know that just that alone and tuning into my thoughts about my body, there is a shift happening that I'm unraveling, because I have noticed that there's less bloating. You know, bloating, women talk about bloating. There's less bloating happening. Even when I have eaten something that I've been afraid to eat for many years and stayed away from because it was horrible, bloating afterwards, I've been experimenting. I'll eat it and say, oh, but man, that, tasted so good. I'm not talking about horrible things. I'm just, a little bit of bread or something that's usually so bloating for me. What I'm saying to you is that the fear is what I've been feeding, and the rejection is what I've been feeding my body. And so this one thing of using high calibrating language in terms of my body and in terms of talking to my body with high calibrating language is far, far, far more important than all the workouts that I do at the gym, all the broccoli I eat. And I eat a lot of broccoli. So it's far, far, and I've never participated in this before. And this is the number one most important of everything else. Dr. Emoto, who's not alive anymore, did these studies years ago on water, and he took pictures of the crystals of water, and he would take a glass of water, and just a normal glass of water, and he would tape on the outside of that water the word I hate you. The word, that's not one word, I hate you, 3 words. He would, or hate, tape it on the outside of on the glass, and then take pictures of the molecular structure of the water versus the glass of water that has the word love on it. And he was able to see that the water, the molecular structure of the water, has horrible, muddied, distorted. The formations are muddied and distorted, whereas the shapes of the molecular structure of the water with I love you was beautiful. Our physical bodies are 80% water. It's very, very powerful that I recommend, don't make the same mistake that I have made for the last 48 years of following societal messaging to reject yourself as I have been rejecting myself. And now I'm in the process of undoing that self-rejection. Okay. So, of course, you all know that in addition to the high calibration messaging that I've just talked about, of course, we want high calibrating, feeding the body with high calibrating foods and liquids, right? And there's a ton of information out there about that, a ton. There's a really great doctor who knows his stuff, and he's not a traditional kind of doctor. And I'm talking about the traditional doctor that told my father after, that's my father's personal information, but he gave my father the advice to that it was okay to eat red meat. And this, actually, sorry, it was a woman doctor. This woman doctor telling my father that it was okay to eat red meat. A very simple Google search will tell you that that is horrible advice for anybody. Never mind somebody who was in my father's condition at the time. So, this doctor, his name is Dr. Mercola, M as in Mary, E-R, cola as in Coca-Cola. That's not irony, is it? Mercola, one word, Dr. Mercola, Mercola.com, will tell you everything you know about the food to eat, the food not to eat, the liquid to drink and not to drink. Myself, I am a vegan. I am a whole foods, plant-based vegan. I mean, a vegan could be like eating Oreo cookies. I'm not that kind of vegan. I'm a whole foods, plant-based vegan for many, many reasons. Other people do raw food, and that's great. And other people are breatharians. They just live off of the breath, and I'm not joking about that. And other people who live off light energy, and again, I'm not joking about that. There's different strokes for different folks, and it could be that I'm moving in the direction of other of the breatharian or other things, but this is what I'm doing at this current time. It's important to tune into your body, listen to your body, and see what works for you. So if you're at the want to, know what to eat for food and food and water, drinking, etc., check out Dr. Mercola's website. I highly recommend that. No, I don't get anything from recommending his. One thing I will say is that immediately get off of sugar. Sugars. Of course, processed foods. One thing that I also find is EDTA. E as in Edward, D as in dog, T as in Tina, A as in apple, EDTA. Look for that in every canned item, pretty much, that you'll see. Every thing that you put on your skin, any skin product, except those products that are found at health food stores or organic stores. It's almost in everything that's not coming out of the ground. And why do I mention that? Because EDTA is a carcinogen. It will cause cancer, and it's in everything. Look for it. Stay away from everything that has that in it. Sugar, EDTA, grains, corn-based products, and corn. Whew, that's corn-based products are in a lot of stuff. I'm caffeine-free. I'm alcohol and drug-free. And I'm not a saint. A lot of this has been because my body has told me I don't like it. I get rashes, I get inflammation, I get all kinds of things. So I'm listening to my body because I feel miserable when I don't. It's not because I'm a saint, because I really, really, really like a chocolate chip cookie, but I can't eat those anymore. So listening to my body. Water. Woo, water is so important. Kangen water, alkaline-based water. There is a doctor that produces, so I'm looking at it, Keshi Foundation. So Keshi is spelled K as in kitchen, E-S like Sam, H as in happy, E. KeshiFoundation.org sells a portable alkalizer, water alkalizer, that never deteriorates for only $85, and many other miraculous products for drinking alkaline-based water, which is the best water. So you can buy a Kangen machine, you can buy this Keshi product. I'm not getting anything for any of this. trust me. But alkaline-based water, if at the very minimum, you can go to a company like Seychelles, S-E-Y. That's a water pitcher that I have, S-E-Y. C as in chocolate, H-E-L-L-E-S. Seychelles makes some water-based products to filter out all of the 99.9% of the chemicals that are found in your tap water. All great things. Water is crucial, crucial, crucial. Oh, you all know about exercise, rest, communing with nature, taking the time to be, meditation, taking the time to be, and breathing. Big, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, as we do in yoga. When we take a breath in any moment, slow, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, that is immediately engaging the parasympathetic nervous system to calm the body. One breath, one slow, deep breath, that's all it takes. And of course, remembering your interconnectedness with the other bodies. So if you're taking the time to tune into your other bodies, your thoughts and stuff, to see how that is affecting the physical body, then you can be the energies of joy, love, peace, creativity, etc., to then create physical health. So there are two more things quickly to know about the body, the physical body. Your soul chose your physical body pre-incarnation, chose what kind of body to be engaged with in this lifetime. You are a soul having a human experience, and your body is the container for your soul, the vessel, shall we say, for your soul. And your soul chose your body. Think about that as a possibility. That choice means that your body is the perfect choice for your soul. Perfect. Now you can listen to the wisdom of your body. You can listen to the other bodies and all of them together, and you can create a thriving relationship with all of your bodies. And in that thriving relationship, create a healthy, healthy self in all those areas. Or you can listen to societal messaging that has you go in the opposite direction. But the body is not just a thing. It is an intelligent being, a co-collaborator in bringing this human experience to the soul. You are partners. Your soul and your body are partners. And the soul needs the body so that the soul can have this experience of being human. And so what kind of body, what kind of treatment are you giving to your body that is housing your soul? Certain Indian traditions talk about the body as a holy temple. That is going in the direction of where I'm going with my enough with that crap I have been talking about in terms of my body. Let's go in the direction of this is my holy temple for which I am eternally grateful for. And speaking of holy temple and the soul, what is the highest understanding the soul is here and having this relationship. And I'm going to quote this from an article entitled "The Love of Thy Body" from Mary Magdalene. And this is a video on YouTube. The Magdalena speaks of loving your body. March 9th, 2017, as channeled by Linda Dillon at counseloflove.com. Yes, so this is a quotation, yes, it is true, continue on, that this process of ascension, now ascension is the process of going from fear to love, of raising one's vibration from being in a state of fear to a state of love, of, shall we say, bringing heaven to earth. This process of ascension, of the soul coming here to bring heaven, which is an idea, but that idea of heaven, the ideology of heaven, the soul came here to bring heaven to earth, and wants to do that by transmuting all the fear, the energies of fear here, to love, by realizing that there's only one truth, and that is love. And your body is a co-collaborator in this process, is a partner in this process, and will assist you, if you listen to it, to go through this process easily, gracefully, and joyfully. So let's go back to this quote. Yes, it is true that this process of ascension in physical form, which is occurring on the planet right now, and continuing, this process of ascension in physical form absolutely requires a full acceptance of, welcoming of, and embracing of love shared between each being and their body. The design of the body was carefully and lovingly chosen and constructed for this most important carnation upon our sweet Gaia. Gaia is planet Earth. Gaia is the name for planet. Planet Earth is the body, and Gaia is the being, the soul of the Earth. How can this ascension process be completed without the full acceptance, embrace, and conjoining in sacred union of thyself and thy bodies? It simply cannot. The body's sole mission and purpose, sole reason for being, is to love you, to care for you, to provide for you the perfect vehicle, the perfect partner in this ascension process, so that it might be completed in form. This cannot be done until and unless you embrace and accept and open your heart fully to this love that is being offered to you and me in such great measure at every moment of every day, of every night. Unending love and devotion. That is all that I need to say about the physical body at this time. That is why I am going through this process. Shifting from fear to love. Shifting from the misery of fear to the mastery of love. So there are 3 more trainings that I want to do on the mental body, the emotional / feeling body, and then the spiritual body. And those will come. But let me know what you think about this training, and let me know what questions you have. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear your comments. I'm sitting here in my living room with my cat over there snoring, not knowing if this is helping anybody, not knowing if this makes sense. So if you have comments and questions, it's always great to hear back. Even if you don't like it, why you don't like it, let me know. Just have some feedback on this would be great. If you're called to do that, that would be wonderful. Anything else I want to say? If this helps you, wonderful. Take a look at the other videos at my werisetoshine YouTube channel. That's all one word. And see if those videos will help you as well. You can subscribe to the channel if that resonates with you. You can subscribe, and beside the little subscription button there's a little bell. You can ring that bell, and that will notify you of new videos that I publish weekly. And that's about it. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. I know I blabbed a lot, but I think it was very, very important. This is heart work. It's not about me. This is about creating a global love revolution. I started this channel in earnest for that purpose of creating a global love revolution. And that only becomes globally by starting internally within you and me. And everything I talk about is connected to that, getting back to here. All right, so take care, everybody. Sending love to you all. Bye-bye.